Hey, it's Eric with Patch Foundry, and that is a quick demo of the I Wish patch for MainStage version 3.7.1 or higher. It's part of the Cover Band Pack Volume 1, or you can buy it as a standalone patch, and there's a link in the description for where you can do that. Before we start, this awesome MainStage concert you see on your screen right now that took 6 years of development, it's free with every purchase. There's a separate video that I've linked in the description where you can find out exactly what it can do. Second, this patch is not designed to sound like the original song. In fact, if you heard that original demo, you'd be like, yeah, it doesn't sound like the original. And that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be inspired by it. And it's built using 100% MainStage stock plugins in order to have something big and bold and exciting that cover band players playing keyboard can bring to their group. So now that we got that out of the way, let's jump in. We've got first up this really carefully tweaked electric piano. And what's cool is if you've ever fired up the electric piano in MainStage, it doesn't sound like this. It took a long time for us to dial in just the right sound. So then we've got this clav sound, which is almost just like percussion. But what happens when you combine those two things together is you get this really cool plucky. You can hear the release there. And it just sounds really fun. It adds a little something to it. And then we've got a basic organ. This organ has been tweaked really carefully to fit with the clav and with the EP. You can control the speed. And then, of course, you can control the swell with the expression pedal, or you can map it to the mod wheel. And that is pretty much everything that's on the bottom board. It sounds simple, but it took so long to tweak. We've been working on this collection for almost 6 years at this point. And we just came back to the drawing board over and over again to find what just the right thing was. Now, the only other thing here, the gig brass. So this is, if you are not playing with the brass section, you can turn this on and you'll be good to go. By itself, it sounds like this. So again, it's in my opinion, it's almost impossible to get a good brass sound while you're also playing keys at the same time in a live situation. But this gives you that texture. So listen in context. And it's been zoned, so your lower stuff down here is going to have minimal brass. So it's only coming in on that upper part, which is very, very handy. And that is it for the bottom tier. The upper tier, we've added a couple different options for you. Your bottom tier keyboard is all of your sounds, as many as we can fit. The upper tier is the extras. So in this case, we have this light organ that sounds like this. So you could kind of hold it as a pad if you want to. You could play it more. If you don't like that, or you want to carry some of those signature lines with just a brass sound, you could just do it with the gig brass channel strip here. Like, it also goes lower too, so you could go like in that lower section. And obviously the idea is you could play everything you need with the bottom board, but you got the upper board for extras. And that's it on this patch. It's not particularly deep, but it's incredibly carefully curated. So last thing I'll talk to you about is CPU. So this is probably the most CPU efficient patches for MainStage out there. We've spent years and years testing different combinations of plugins together to see what was actually using the most CPU, and then we really whittled it down from there. So I'm currently running this on an M1 MacBook Pro. MainStage is running at 128 samples at 48K. So it's really pushing the envelope. So I've got a 5-year-old computer doing that with this patch. Let's take a look at the CPU meter when I play this. And I'm going to go ahead and unmute everything, including the gig brass, just so we have maximum stress. Check that CPU meter right here. So, and I'm going to stress test it. We're barely getting out of 20% range, which is absolutely insane. And then on top of that, I'm also video and audio recording on this device at the same time. And then on top of that, it only uses 33.7 megabytes of RAM. That's insanely low. Because of this, you can stack dozens of these. I put up to 70 in a concert before with no issues on a fairly slow computer by today's standards. It has to be an Apple Silicon based computer, so something post 2020, most likely. But you're able to run it and have these world-class sounds using just a basic computer. So anyway, I think this is going to make a huge impact for keyboard players. I'm tremendously proud of the work we did, and you can find out more details at patchfoundry.com.